Welcome. You guys, we have our first guest. This is Dana Tingy, who has become a dear friend. And I'm just going to read something because, yes, I'm going to start right out with reading something that I wrote about her to give you a good idea of who she is, what she does. She's a domestic violence national expert, and that's just one of many things that she does. Business consultant. I mean, how many other things do you do? How many other things do you run?
I have no idea.
She does. She's being modest. I will tell you right here, okay? You can stop me if you have a question. Okay, we are sharing mics
who wrote
here.
This?
I did. Okay, so if we've talked about Dana a lot in the podcast, I've talked about Steve and Wes with Christensen Law a lot with my story and with trial and all the things that we've done to prepare for a gnarly litigation. But Dana has kind of walked me through it every step of the way. And so when I thought about her, I kind of wrote a list because everyone's like, well, who is Dana? What does she do? And so these are the things I wrote. So stop me when you're questioning. Okay. So the first thing I wrote was that she took my call. I called her out of the blue. Somebody sent me her neighbor said, I think you should talk
bishop's
to
wife.
Your bishop's wife. Is she also your neighbor or
And
just a good friend? Good friend. Her friend sent me a message on Instagram and said, I think you need to talk to my friend Dana. And I said, okay. So I just called her. She took my call and she spent over an hour on that first phone call with me. She started coaching me on courtroom etiquette, which is a thing. Did you know that's a thing?
Because of you, I did.
Yeah. She taught me from the very beginning. She's like, okay, I'm going to train you on how to speak to your judge. And I was like, what are you talking about? Like, why am I going to go see a judge? She was prepping me for trial before I knew I was going to trial, and kind of coached me on how to present myself in front of a judge, what to say, how to say it, and like the right verbiage. Like that's like etiquette, like you would use etiquette at a dining room table. It's the same thing in court. She has firsthand experience on top of her training, so she's had her own experience with domestic violence, with divorce, and it's a gnarly story. She became more and more legitimate to me after telling me the cases she's presented on, the judges she's trained with, and her association with VAWA. Do you know what? Well, I think you say VAWA, right? VAWA. Do you know what is it, Carly? Do you know what that is?
No idea. I don't have a microphone, so you go.
VAWA.
VAWA.
What does it stand for?
VAWA, Violence Against Women's Act.
Yeah, Violence Against Women's Act, which Angelina Jolie is a part of, right?
She helped it get re-signed.
Okay. Then several times she would text me and call me in the middle of a new training, lecture, continuing education course. Like I'd be on the phone with her and she's like, hold on, I got to take notes on this training. Like she's constantly doing the CEUs, right? Like continuing education. Her referrals and experts are bar none the best. She has some of the best experts that she works with in the world. She advised me on things that attorneys couldn't and wouldn't recommend or do. So she would say things like, I'm going to tell you things that your attorney's not going to tell you. I'm going to tell you something that your attorney's not supposed to tell you.
Well, I can't give legal advice.
Right. So she'd say the things that the attorney's not going to say, right? She should be saying to me, do not settle for that when your attorneys are going to be trying to get you to settle because that's their job, right?
In the attorney's defense, 98% of the time, that's true. You can settle and you should settle.
Yeah.
That doesn't work with domestic violence. A mediation or settlement process is just another playground for a manipulator or an abuser.
Okay. We're just getting started, you guys. She's got so much. Okay, this is one of the biggest things. She called me out when I didn't believe her and showed me current cases of things actually happening. So I would see like,
no, I don't remember any of this.
I said, that's not happening on my case. And she straight up said, I'm like, I don't think that's happening. She's like, you don't know that. And I was like, who the crap is this woman telling me what she thinks that I do or don't know about my own life? Just put me in my place. And I was like, excuse me, you don't know that, Julie. I was like, well, I think that that's what's happening. You don't know. And
I was like, how do you know? And I said, well, you just sound like everyone else that says that when this is happening. It doesn't have to be true. You don't have to look for it if you're fine. You can leave it. But most people that say this is the case. No. I'm like, okay.
I did. She was like, okay, like bless your heart. Let's just watch and see. And then every time somebody else says the same thing, like, oh, that's not happening in my case, me and Dana will look at each other and just laugh because it's exactly what I said. We're all just kind of ignorant until we know more.
How about not ignorant? How about we see the best in people?
Yes.
You know, you can only see in others what you see in yourself.
Yeah. Right. And that's what you've always said, Carly. Like, and your dad would say, it's hard to see what and why a criminal does what he does, right? Because
my dad would always say, I would say, Dad, this doesn't make sense. And my dad would say, of course it doesn't make sense. You're not a criminal.
Yeah.
You have to think like a criminal. And that's what got me going, like, oh, you have to like backwards think. You can't, like, you have to pretend, like, be creative. If I was going to do this, how would I do it? Because my brain doesn't normally go that way.
That is a really good point. And I've never heard anyone else say that. When I'm like, why is my internet shut off every night at a certain time? Why do my devices act weird? What's happening? And I couldn't find anyone to show me how to stop a signal from hacking or getting on my internet or shutting down my cameras. I searched. I couldn't find it. You know how I learned is I looked at how do you do that? Someone's super easy. And maybe I'm psycho, but I have copper mesh hanging in my office window and my internet doesn't go down anymore. How did I learn that? I don't know. But when I took it down and gave it to another mom, my internet started going down again.
Interesting.
I mean, they came in their cans up in the sky and like checked the internet, like the cable company, you know? And they said, why is your internet going down 18 times? The neighbors haven't at all. I'm like, I mean, you're in the can. I don't know.
Yeah.
They came and dug a line, sunk a thing in my own driveway. So they found a splitter on it. They found it. Someone dug it up. Like, I mean, I don't know why. I don't want to know. And for your poor dad's sake, probably a nice guy. It's not fun to try to think like a psychopath, but it's the truth. What did I tell you? If someone says to you, what? That can't be true. Are you glad they don't know?
Oh yeah, she always says to me, well, I'm just glad that you don't have to be in this situation to learn for yourself. Basically, you don't have to experience this, and I'm so glad that you don't, because you don't know unless you're in it. You don't really care, unless you're in it.
Unless you've seen it for yourself, I probably wouldn't believe it myself.
Oh, she translated legalese and explained things in a way that I could understand. She would just kind of dumb things down because we can't understand all the paperwork. She provided therapeutic relief, even though her job is and was a domestic violence national expert, not a therapist.
I cannot give legal advice. I cannot give legal interpretation, and I cannot give mental health advice. But I work with a lot of people that do.
Yeah, well, and you kind of, it's like when you're working with a personal trainer or your hairdresser and you start to spill the beans about your whole life. I mean, you've heard about everyone's lives.
I probably should have been a hairdresser.
Okay.
Can I start over?
No, you cannot. Okay. She called my lawyers and had advocated for me when I didn't have the courage or knowledge to do it for myself. She strategized with the lawyers on using case law, new ideas, strategic standpoints, and understanding the game, because this is all a stupid game. She always had the best interest of the kids on the forefront of her mind. I remember her saying, I don't like to testify in court. I don't like to be a witness because I am biased. I will always side with the person being abused. Right? What do you say to people about that?
I am biased.
Yeah.
I am one-sided. I see one type of case. Really, that's it. I see one type of case, and your attorneys most of the time don't. Divorce, people don't like each other. They break up. They move on. They can go to parties together. They can go to kids' school events together. They don't have to like each other. They might be jealous of something new or, but that's none of these cases.
Yeah.
And you cannot compare it. And everyone out there saying, these women are bitter, good for you. I'm glad that you think that, because it's absolutely not true, because abusers don't go after bitter women. They go after kind, considerate, thoughtful,
strong,
happy, strong, independent women, someone that has something that they don't have, and they stay to break it. And I had this lady on a call the other day. she asked me later, why did you take this case? And I said, I was just sitting back there going, wow, this is a powerful one, because the abuse is so extreme. I was like, wow, I wonder how powerful, because it's always those women, the ones that are so phenomenally incredible, the abusers go after. It's a challenge. They don't just go after something easy.
That reminds me of Jack Christensen. Do you know who he is? No. Jack Christensen. I don't know if he was a general authority in the church, but he said these words: Satan don't beat no dead dog. Cool. Satan don't beat no dead dog. So he's not going to go after, the ones that are just mediocre, don't care, or living just like this blah, don't have like drive, ambition. And he's relating this to the church, people with not strong testimonies. He's going to go after those that are valiant, and striving to live the gospel. So it's kind of the same with abusers.
Do you think that this is in part because an abuser, I mean, this is really a question for you. Are abusers afraid that these strong, kind women will be believed, and that's why they go after them? Is it just a challenge, or is it about their own? Like, I have a situation fairly close to me where the husband, he like started this campaign against his ex while she was away, and told all the neighbors his side to control the narrative. And I think it's because he knew that everybody would like her and take her side, that he had to like do this campaign.
I think they're pretty confident. That starts way before you ever know that it's going on. You can't touch it. They make little comments like, are you sure you want to do that for her? You know how she is.
Yeah.
Like, ugh.
Yeah.
And it's not that if they're really intelligent abuser, it's more like controlling the environment that they're in and the people's experience with you. I remember saying, like, why, when I have a friend, I'm friends for life, but together when we're friends with someone, they seem to not end up liking me down the road. And I couldn't figure it out. I didn't know. Later, I knew. A lot of people told me later. I had no idea.
It's narcissism.
I would never imagine wanting someone to think badly about the person I was with. That wouldn't make sense to me.
Right. But that's what narcissists do. That's classic.
Well, possibly because it takes the heat off them. I mean, I don't know. I can't define why they do it, but I'll tell you.
Well, it's partially to control
you. The fact that you know that happened, it was probably going on a lot.
Oh, I'm sure it did, because I came into it way later. I just saw it, and I was so uncomfortable. The first time he ever talked to me, I was like, this feels weird.
Yeah, but you have a radar on you, and that's not really normal.
Yeah.
I mean, if we had radars, I mean, that's just not really normal. But I'll tell you this, that abusers start with your mind first.
Yeah. Yeah.
There doesn't have to be physical abuse. Thing. Right. So you start questioning yourself
your
first.
Whole reality. They make you question your reality. They also...
But it becomes your reality.
Yeah.
Because you might actually be the person they're telling you are. You might become that.
You believe them eventually. Oh, it makes me mad.
So why would they tell the neighborhood about it?
Control the narrative.
It's called isolation. It's on the list of abuse. Isolation. So if they can't win them over to their story, they'll at least be scared enough to talk to you or be seen with you, because everyone's going to hate you if they do, or whatever it is. Like, oh, I don't want him to see me hanging out with her or talking to her because he might be mad. So it's mostly just making it too much effort to be your friend or support you. I see the same with professionals, that therapists for kids or women that have been abused, or experts. I get calls like, because I actually started out thinking I would take my business consulting and protect these professionals, find a way. There's got to be some laws I can pass, or a way to protect these professionals that were willing to work with children that have been abused, because the courts don't know. They're just trying to believe two stories. This one person's been running the story for a long time, and when the abused person figures it out, it's new. Like, they haven't been laying the groundwork over here.
Right.
So the judge is like, who's telling the truth? Like, I don't know. And they have like split seconds to figure it out. So you get these professionals that are willing to help, hopefully, with the trauma. But if you're really a good professional doing a good job, you will have dings against your license. You will have people reporting you. I I actually tell therapists nowadays, like, if you don't have that, you're probably not working hard enough. You probably need to stand up for your clients a little more. I tell it to attorneys too.
Wow.
Because that tells me if they have, if someone's like, oh, but that person has been reported or blah, blah. I think, oh, that's somebody I want to know. Because you make an abuser mad. They're not just mad at the person they've abused. Anyone that supports that person will be facing some sort of
Which
ridicule.
is why people don't say anything. Why people are abused.
Most of the time. I was asked in a Senate meeting one time, I was asked, well, what about the minorities? Where are they? Why are you all here? And I said, well, if you're a minority and you're being abused, you either disappear, die, or you lose your kids because you don't have any money.
Yeah.
Or you don't have any privilege to get your story supported. It's true. It doesn't mean it doesn't happen. It probably happens more. I don't know. I'm just guessing. But I would say most of the time that it's not particular. I mean, there's so many Hollywood stars. There's so many people that have faced abuse. And it doesn't matter if you're rich or you're poor or people know you or don't know you. It still happens.
Yeah.
My list is really long. I'm just like looking
Did
at this.
you write
like,
that
holy
list?
cow.
So
I know.
embarrassed.
Okay. I also wrote down, because this is all stuff that I witnessed with my own eyes and experienced myself. She's always informing family and grandparents and lawyers why victims act the way they do and why.
I just had the best bar association training on that. So smart. Imagine this. This is so great. I haven't done it yet. I have some attorneys that have agreed to do it. You put your expert on the stand first. And the expert says, Your Honor, here's what you're about to see.
Oh, so they kind of give them a warning, like as far as when the victim,
abused person, this is how they appear, or whatever it is. Maybe they have a TBI, brain injury. TBIs look a lot like other things, and so as soon as you file for divorce, all of a sudden you're unfit to raise the children. You're not safe for the kids to be with.
Right.
You've been a terrible mother the whole time, right? All of a sudden, you have all these mental illnesses, right?
But you've raised them.
Didn't he leave the kids with you all day, every day? Didn't you take care of him too? Right. So, I mean, that's kind of, if it comes from you, it's one thing. If it comes from an expert that lays the groundwork for the whole rest of the hearing, isn't that a great idea?
That was, in my experience, when I was talking, I guess my bishop and stake president, I was confiding in them and trying to tell them what happened. And they were also trying to figure out who was the credible one, me or him. And it was the first time where I was like, oh my gosh, this is why there's listen to women, like slogans and things all over the place. I'm actually experiencing this because they don't believe me. And they let's see, I'm losing my train of thought. What were we
Did they
talking
believe
about?
you?
They did after a while, but
yeah,
I was
some pretty great leaders. Mine believed me. I cannot believe it.
That they believed you?
Oh, they went to bat for me, yeah, for sure.
Mine did and have, but in the beginning, they didn't really quite know who to believe.
It's not common, but
no. But what were you saying? When they have victims get on, or they get
to explain,
experts.
This is what this person's going to look like. This is what you might see presented here, and here's why. Because I specialize in special needs. So can you imagine being abused and going through a divorce and having some special needs or kids with special needs?
So if somebody gets on the stand and they start sobbing or crying or they're scatterbrained, I mean, they will have had forewarning that
the judge rule is not credible.
Yeah.
Over emotional, might have a hormone imbalance. Like, oh my God. Okay. Or you were abused.
So is that what the expert can do and say, hey, look, if she is
I haven't done it yet, but yeah.
Dang.
Yeah. I'm really excited to have some super sad, bigger situations coming up going to trial, and I'll let you know.
Yeah, I wish
there's an organization, I hope they're still doing this, called VERA, VERA. I trained with them a long time ago, and they train, I might get this wrong, so please look it up, but it's a nonprofit, and they train organizations that deal with community and people on special needs. And the presenter was an autistic adult man teaching us about the courtroom and about how the courtroom is set up to harm you, especially if you are special needs. It's cold, it's scary, it's impersonal, it has
even for like, I'm just a normal person, right? But even for me, it's terrifying up there. And just like now, I lost my train of thought. Like you sit back down in the seat after you've testified and you're like, wait, I should have said this. And it's like public speaking.
Yeah.
Where you freeze and all the things that you wanted to say, you forget to say, or you don't know how to word it, or you lose where you were. And then you sit back down and you're like, I just blew it. But
that's your attorney's job to keep you in track.
Yeah. See, and I've lost where I was. I'll come back to it because it will come back to me. But she, as I said, you were saying, specializes in vulnerable adults, kids, and seeking protection for them. One of the biggest things that she did, this is going to make me sound like an idiot, but she broke down acronyms. I kind of did this with Carly. So let's give Carly a test.
Oh, I'm not ready for a test.
Yes. Okay, Carly. Okay, this is one thing I didn't know because on Dana's website it says, DV expert, and I was like, what is DV?
It's
domestic
really just
violence.
Okay,
right.
But it's really just to fit the words right.
No, I get it, but like I didn't even
like on
know.
Instagram, they only give you that much space.
But I didn't know what the acronym for DV was.
Well, I need to fix my website.
No, but like okay, here's the next test, Carly. Okay, IPV.
Oh.
It's not.
It was for the kids, right?
Disease.
Isn't it? No.
The first letter is intimate.
Oh, partner violence.
Yes, good job. Okay. AFCC.
Oh, I just know that's bad. I don't know what it stands for.
Association of Family Conciliation of Courts.
Okay.
Is what it is.
I don't know if I could have said that one.
Yeah, only because I've looked it up 10 times. Okay.
I am AFCC.
Yes.
I'm a trained parent coordinator. Mm-hmm. I would never work as one because that's abuse.
Mm-hmm.
To force someone into constant communication with their abuser, not okay.
Reunification.
And then you have to pay for it.
Yes, and then they don't go through insurance.
That it's gross. I don't know
it
anything
is bad.
about it.
I mean, it's not just that, but
part of it.
Parent coordinator.
It's corrupt is what it is. Okay, ROI. There's 2 ROIs.
Well, I was thinking not in this situation. I don't know what is in this context.
Well, like return of investment. It was the first thing you'd be thinking of.
Yeah.
But when they say I need to get an ROI from this therapist or whatever, it's a release of information.
Oh, yeah. I don't think I've ever heard that one.
Okay.
You did not prepare me for this test.
Don't do that, by the way.
Don't do that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do not give up your mental health records. Uh-huh. No. Your medical records.
But can't judges just order it?
Put a restraining order around it. No.
Okay, see, these are things.
My attorney said to me, I'm like, oh my gosh, he's calling me all these names. Just get my therapist on the stand. I've had a therapist for 7 years. And she's like, absolutely not. Because when this is over, you need some dignity left. And I'm like, but he could dispel all these things. Mm-hmm. She said, no way. So I learned. Wow. I'm so glad she did that.
Okay, next one is AFCAS. AFCAS.
ACAPS.
I even said it wrong.
What is that?
Okay, so what's that one? Maybe there's an AFCAS and I don't know.
No idea what it's called. That just is the organization that does supervised visitation in Provo.
Okay,
that's why I don't know what it is.
DCFS.
Oh, DC of Children, F, and Family Services.
Is it division or department?
Oh.
Who knows?
Probably division. Every state's a little different. You guys do DCFS.
Mm-hmm.
There's DCYS too.
Okay.
Yeah, they're all different. Yeah. Okay. That's all I got for you, Carly.
Okay.
Whew. She passed for the most part.
I would not have passed.
Oh, here's another one. MTO. Motion to
enforce. No. Oh, motion to
motion of
temporary orders.
MTO. Yeah, motion.
I don't say that.
MTO.
I don't know what that is.
How about TRO?
Temporary restraining order.
Yes.
But if you go to a different state, it's something different.
Really? Okay.
Well, I'm not learning theirs.
All right. So yes, she is a mastermind behind protective orders, restraining orders, because she's an expert in domestic violence. She advises attorneys to use pertinent laws already in place. Like I remember her kind of arguing with one of my lawyers, and she's like, "Well, go find a case study about that and get that in those papers." And I was like, "What is happening?"
Did I do that?
You
really?
did. It was awesome. She was like, "Well, find a case study or case law about that." And I said,
"Did I yell that, or was it in an email?"
You spoke.
Okay.
What's the word? Intently, with intensity. Go find case law. Then find it. I was like, "Wow!" It was awesome. Okay.
Point being. If you want the judge to do something the way you want it, show them that's how it's been ruled on before.
Yes. And so
because I was sitting in a courtroom years ago and a judge said, I have to rule based on the law. You might not like the law, you that are here, You might not like it, and I might not like it, and that doesn't matter. So if you don't like the law, go change it, because that's what I'm going to rule on in this courtroom. And I went, oh,
okay. So you'll find Dana at the legislature in Washington half the time.
I've taken the year off.
Oh my goodness.
I did not go down there this year.
Okay. So she uses laws like Ohm's Law, which we helped to pass, and Caden's Law, and PK's Law, and National Safe Parents Organization. She's a part of every abuse board you can think of. She came to my trial, and I watched her strategize with my attorneys in between breaks. So they'd go in the conference room during breaks, and the three of them would just like go back and forth, and my head was just like turning like this because you're emotional, right? And you don't even know what to think or what just happened or what you just said. But she brings them back to. She was the woman, and I remember one thing that she did for me. You saw the mother, you saw the woman's point of view. I've said this before because she's a mother herself. Yeah, and so is the judge. But one thing that she did for me that I was like, holy cow. We went out. We had a break for lunch, and the petitioner and his team go out, and I was gonna walk out, but she stopped me, and
I blocked you.
She blocked me, which I appreciated. I knew exactly what she was doing. I didn't want to be near him. I didn't want to go close to him. I didn't want to walk side by side with him. And she was like, Wes and Steve, go in front of her. You're not going to leave her like to go walk out with him. And I was like, oh my God. It was just like, just that simple act of like love and compassion that probably only a woman and mother and friend would have noticed, because they're all men in there. She fights for you and uses every last resource, and I will vouch for that, every last resource that she possibly can and has to help you. She helps to prepare you for depositions and hearings and trial. She helps you draft messages and responses to the other parent, reminds you that you're writing the judge and CCing your ex. She would say that to me all the time. In Our Family Wizard or in a text, you have to consider the fact that you are basically writing to the judge and pretend.
Tell them what Our Family Wizard is.
It's just the ordered parent app, the app that you have to use to communicate. It's called Our Family Wizard. There's talking
it's mostly
parents
to keep you off your texts and emails because people will get an aversion to, and so if you just have this one place you can go get it. Doesn't it have a meter for?
Yes, it does. And this is a little shout out to Irene GPT. It's another app that helps you tone down your language if you start to get like spicy.
I told you that. You're right.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So like when I will write a message and say, you know what, you were a no-show again. Surprise, surprise. And then the red meter will go up high, like a scale, like you're getting, tone it down, which ticks me off. But then I'll take out surprise, surprise, and it'll go back to green because I'm getting aggressive, and then that will remind you the judge is going to be reading this eventually.
Because
right?
You don't have to change it, but it's telling you might want to change it. I see.
I'm like in a battle.
It's gonna go in front of a judge.
Right, right. So that's the My Family Wizard.
Our Family Wizard.
Or Our Family Wizard.
We're Talking Parents is the other version.
And and then Irene GPT.
But this is to replace text messages and emails and things.
It's all in one place.
It's just like Chat GPT. Yeah. Irene GPT, I think, is don't quote me, possibly private, where Chat GPT you can search up and find. I think.
Yeah, Chat GPT can be public very quick.
Our Family Wizard, I love it and hate it. I hate when I see it pop up on my phone. I hate when it shows its stupid little symbol. I hate that it's sponsored by AFCC. I hate it. I will say it again. I do not like that app. But you can't go in and edit. So if he writes something in there that says something bad and sends it, he can't go back and delete it. Like it's there for good. If you put something in the calendar, like you cannot edit things to go back and change it to, fix something that you regret saying before. It keeps the calendar in the same place, but it's only helpful if both parties actually use it.
Nope, it's still helpful even if not both parties use it.
That's true. You're right.
Because it shows both parties use it.
I just freaking hate it. Okay.
So if in the calendar, if you say like wrestling match at this time, do you also go in and edit and say no show today? Or do you not
so that's where I document.
So you do keep record in that of, okay.
There is a notes section.
Then it's good. Then
Depends on who you ask. I have had attorneys say, don't put that in there. they can see that, but
You can keep it to private.
think you can keep it private, but I don't know.
Yeah. Okay, so that was a big one.
Does it matter if he no shows?
It sure doesn't. We've learned that it doesn't matter if you don't show up for your parent time. By the way,
or apparently court.
It's your privilege.
Yeah.
Wait, was I not supposed to say that? Can I say that?
Yes, you can.
They don't have to show up for court, but hers actually had a specific "you must be there," but
didn't matter.
My ex doesn't go.
It also doesn't matter if you pay. Anyway,
what?
Moving on.
You don't have to show up. I don't have to show up. My attorney's showing up. That's my representative. I am showing up.
Yeah. But on mine, on the last hearing.
If you're an actual, like if you're really just messing with the other person, they file motions, and you like your whole life goes into like, what? No. And defending, and you show up and he's not there. You can't be bothered. He's working. Oh, okay.
Or
he's having. How does it not look bad?
Because he's so busy making money to pay his spousal support.
Uh-huh.
You said he didn't get it. Don't you want him at work?
Yeah.
How dare you? You are a vindictive, jealous woman.
And you didn't even file it.
I know.
Oh my gosh, I know.
Again, can you imagine being a judge? How annoying it would be, though, day after day.
If I was a judge and people didn't show up, I'd be like, fired. You're done. She wins. You don't show up.
Write
a
law. Go pass it. Go pitch it out there. They're up there right now.
Had I not gotten married young, my goal, like my whole thing was I was going to law school.
You don't need to go to law school to go work on laws. They're all down there. Let me hook you up. You want to go tomorrow?
No.
Yes, they are at the.
I feel like I need to know more things.
You don't. That's like saying I don't want to be baptized until I have the perfect testimony. I mean,
you just demand like I want this law. I
don't have any you be a person and you go help work on something and then you testify to it and say I'm just a human being out here living my life, and here's something that's wrong and I think this is going to fix it.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
You get somebody to write it up. They have their legal people, House or the Senate side. They'll write it. You just got to convince or run for office. Girl, run for office.
I have had so many people
Carly,
in my life.
Then do it.
We'll just go. It takes over your whole life.
But here's the thing.
Kids.
Look at my life. This is not what I planned to do my life.
I told her, okay, so that brings me to my next point. She is a modern day Harriet Tubman.
No, what are you talking
and I don't
about?
want this to get all political and have people of other races come and get on me for this, but like just that it's like this little safe underground escape for women and
underground
children.
railroad
kind of thing. Yeah, like an underground. Well, but then that sounds like OUR, and then that's got
you
what's
don't
his
want to go
face?
that direction.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
she saves basically women,
getting women
and children,
children out of abuse. But nobody knew who I was until you started talking about me.
Well, that's right. That's right. Because y'all are asking me. Okay.
Yeah, but it's better to. But here I am. So whatever.
Okay. So she did I say
we'll give you a new hairstyle like ours, and then nobody will know who you are.
Okay, so that's where I wrote, she protects your dignity in trial. That's when she blocked me from walking out. She explains what is happening to loved ones when you don't have the emotional capacity or strength to do it. She gets on conference calls with you and your attorney and ensures you're not being taken advantage of by a used car salesman, aka lawyer. Okay, she boldly tells
Did I have to do that for you?
No, I mean, well, you switched me attorneys. You said you need to switch. She straight up said to my face,
I tried
"You're done.
not.
You're done." Yeah, she tried in the beginning to work with my attorney, but then she was like, "All right, she's no good. You gotta move." And she was right. She was right. And I moved over. That's when I moved over to Christensen Law. She will tell you to your face what you should and should not be doing or saying. She boldly tells you to your face if you need to do something immediately that could change the trajectory of your case, even if it's uncomfortable. I will never forget also when she said to me, "Julie, this year is going to suck." I was like, well, it's fine. No, this year's going to suck. You just have to suck it up. Get through it until like the next hearing or until trial. That? You said, yes, this year's going to suck. And those words have been ringing in my ear because it was true.
Well, you need to hear the truth. The thing is another thing. I talk about my parents a lot. If you haven't noticed, and my dad has always said the worst lies are the lies you tell yourself, right? Ooh. And when you're in these situations, you need to be honest with yourself.
That's pretty deep.
It is, right? It's true
because they get you to tell your own self your own lies. And by the way, your soul hears your words.
Well, you know that your brain mean, I don't want to get too deep here, but when we talk about truth, right, we know that our head and our heart are supposed to combine to know truth, right? But your brain, it doesn't really know truth by itself. It knows repetition. So whatever your brain hears over and over and over again is what it believes. It doesn't make it true. It just means you've heard it over and over again. So whether you're telling yourself this or somebody else is telling you this, it's just repetition. It's not truth. Okay, I digress. Sorry.
No.
Back to you.
No, that's
which is why I have people testify a certain order too.
Yeah.
really.
It works.
I
Judges
wrote
are
down
human too.
Yeah, which sucks because anyway, she works quickly and thrives. You thrive on this, Dana, on solving impossible puzzle pieces. Her brain works in a way that just solves problems. She is known. Oh, here's another acronym.
I
for
want
you.
to solve problems, but if I had solved them, I wouldn't be here. You wouldn't be here either.
Yeah. But you give us the best possible chance, kind of like I was the best possible chance for the petitioner, right? She gives you the best possible chance at winning or prevailing in trial.
Did you ever win?
I mean, I felt like I prevailed, right?
But prevailing and winning, it still sucks.
Yeah.
Your kids still don't have a mom and dad at home.
Right.
Okay, I'm going to pull a Jefferson Fisher quote for you. Do you know who Jefferson Fisher is?
Probably.
He's a communications guy. I love him. He's handsome and he sounds handsome on his podcast.
Yeah.
But
I've heard.
he says
You sound handsome on your podcast.
Oh, yeah. Oh, thank you. But he says you don't want to win an argument, because if you win the argument, you lose the relationship.
And you lose the friend.
Right?
Yeah.
You lose the friend, right? So you don't actually ever want to win an argument. And that's exactly what you're talking about. There's no win in this situation. It's just who loses the least, not who wins.
Think about marriage counseling. What are you there for?
To save your marriage, to work on it.
When you're telling your story. When they ask you, well, what happened? You have stuff you want to...
Validation.
Are you trying to convince
Communicate,
that person
yes.
to help this partner work on something? Or
you want to tell the therapist, like,
Which would
fix
be
him
you
and
winning.
change him for me. Yeah.
he's sitting there freaking winning because he's taking these words. You're opening your wounds. You're saying, these are my weaknesses, the things that hurt me the most. Enough that I'm going to tell this strange human about it.
And they're just taking notes. Huh.
From the moment you met, they're looking for the vulnerabilities.
If they're the bad guys.
Yeah, assuming they're an
Oh,
abuser.
yeah. Well,
Yeah, assuming they're in the
like I
2%.
said,
Yeah.
I am very biased and one-sided at this point. But I don't hate men. I have 6 brothers. I love my brothers.
Mm-hmm.
I have 4 boys. I love my boys. I'm not against men.
But that's all you've.
I love my dad.
That's like all you've worked
That's a
with
man.
is abusers. So I mean, it's automatically where your mind goes. But it reminds me of being in marriage counseling myself when he said to me, I was like, I'm doing the best I can. I'm trying to change everything. And he said, put your marriage on the shelf. We're not even talking about your marriage right now. And I said, excuse me? He's like, you go get a bank account. You start saving your money. You start using, the church, the bishop's storehouse. You start putting everything aside. Now my only concern is your well-being. It was like, screw the marriage. Let's take care of you. It was Matt Townsend.
Can you say that?
Why not?
Because it's therapy.
But it was my therapist.
Yeah, it's your
I don't
therapist.
know.
You should say that.
See, you guys
Yeah.
know a
Someone's
lot
that
better than I
smart
do.
and that good. You should say that.
It was Matt
I don't
Townsend.
know if he'll want you to say that because
Oh, I
I
don't-
saw it
he
happen to
says
me when
that-
you said my name.
But
so.
yeah. Well, he says that in his
Yeah.
in Instagram lives and stuff
Mhm.
anyway. But yeah, I had Matt Townsend and he just straight up said, put it on the shelf. You need to focus on you right now. And I said, yeah, but I'm here for marriage counseling. And he was like, nope, not anymore.
I quit my therapist. I said, you are supposed to be telling me how to save my marriage. Why are you telling me these things? Do you know what your job is? You're a member of the church and a therapist. You're telling me all these things. You're not doing your job. I quit.
What'd they say to you?
I went back and said, yeah, I'm separated. And he said, what could I have done better? I couldn't sit here and watch this happen to you. What could I have told you? And I said, nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing anyone could have said or done. Because I was going to be married forever.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Because I was
So was
committed.
I. That's one of the things she does is Dana helps you to escape, to know that it's okay to escape or leave in an abusive situation, and that we don't have to stay for the sake of covenants when they're broken.
I mean, that was
already.
my bishop's best call. I am not getting divorced. I am not filing papers. I am not breaking my covenants. And he said, oh, Dana, do you think those covenants were broken long ago
Mhm.
Amen.
by someone else making different decisions, there are not covenants to break. And I went,
excuse me? Yeah, I was floored by that too. Wait, what?
Why did I need permission? Why did I need that permission? But I did.
I think we all do.
Well, it's a lack of, honestly, this sounds maybe mean.
No.
But it's a lack of understanding about what a covenant is.
Exactly. I think it's childhood.
And what it means.
Thought process, things being said a certain way, that we grow up thinking one way. Well, I don't know if someone said to me, you can never be divorced, but I sure thought I wasn't supposed to
be. Even I grew up with parents that are still married and still happy, and I think that they taught me the gospel in a great way. But in my own personal studies, I go to church every Sunday and I do all the things, but I never took the time to look into these things myself and to study them from the scriptures and to understand temple covenants and do all the things myself. It really doesn't matter what anybody tells you. You have to do the reading. You have to, and people are honestly lazy and don't do it. But once you understand it, you're like, oh, actually, I don't have to stay here. That's not actually what a covenant is. We're done. Bye.
Here's my accountability for at least a year. I'm not going to speak personally. I'm going to speak in third party. Okay. So for a year, if you're like, choose good, everyone loves you. We love you. You have everything going for you. Choose the right thing. Choose to be good. Choose God. Choose love. Choose your family. And this is probably, I can't believe I'm saying this on here. Very embarrassing, but all of a sudden it was like, didn't we come to earth to show that we'll choose the right? And I'm trying to force this person to choose to do the right thing. Wait, isn't that Satan's plan? I mean, what the heck? That's not, I don't get to make those person's choices. I make my choices, but I'm trying to force that. That's wrong.
It's because you loved him. You love the person and you know that what they're doing is wrong.
But they always get to choose. Here's another good quote someone gave me. Just because he was right then doesn't mean he's right now. He has his agency just like you do. Today is different than tomorrow, the next day, the next year.
Yeah.
Just because they were right once doesn't mean they're right forever. It's a hard concept. I'd never heard anything like that before.
Well, it's also, it's the and principle that we've been talking about, where you can say he was right then and he's not right now. These conflicting ideas, it's justice and mercy, right? It's doubt and fear. You have to have both, and they have to work together to find the right balance. You have to understand, and you're a complex human being, and so you have to give yourself the ability to understand those complexities. You can be angry and pissed off, but you can also be sad and heartbroken, right?
It's healthy.
It's healthy, right? And you can have happy moments. It's like a lot of people feel guilty when they are, their kids are struggling, they're having a hard time, they're in this divorce, and that's the reason why their kids are sad. And they feel guilty that they went on a date and they felt happy for a few minutes, right? They got to go and experience something good, and they can't.
That's super hard.
It's super hard, right? But there is this and principle. You can have those moments and still be a good mom and still win at trial, and so whatever it is, right? You have to allow this give and take, the push and pull, the and principle. It's the same thing.
Like I said, I want to be Tiancum. When do I get to stab the heart with the javelin?
Just so you feel better about this, my dad again, he says he wants to be a destroying angel. He thinks, scripturally, we know that there's going to be destroying angels eventually, right? Yeah. Second coming stuff. He thinks,
the heck?
We read it, Dawn.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, if somebody has to be a destroying angel, I've had to put up with the worst of the worst for 30 years. I think it should be me. So his goal is to be a destroying angel. I'm just saying.
What's your dad's name?
Greg.
I'm with you, Greg. Dawn, midnight, you and me. Okay, Carly, what is a gal? G-A-L.
Guardian.
Yeah, Guardian Roberts.
Guardian Roberts. Guardian ad litem.
What's a P-gal?
It's private. Yeah, private.
Private Guardian ad litem. Okay. Dana is known as I don't know if you knew this, Carly. She is known as where did I put it? Well, she's known as the gal whisperer. Oh. Explain it, Dana.
I don't know, because I don't think they should exist. I think we elect judges and we put them in place because we trust them and we believe they'll do the right things. And then we take the very most vulnerable population, abused women or children, and we say, I'm busy as a judge, so my buddy over here that I practiced law with for a while, he's going to do the investigation. You're going to pay him what he tells you to pay him. And then he's going to tell me what to think when you come in. why are you going at all? The judge is capable of looking at the evidence. And it probably started somewhere good at some point. Let's just pretend you're an attorney. You're sick of missing your kids' baseball games and too tired to go to young men's or something and you, whatever. And you're tired of a judge overruling you and telling you no. And so how about this? How about you just start this guardian ad litem practice? Now you hold in your hand several lives, both parties and at least one child, right? Mm-hmm. If a guardian ad litem tells you you're coming tomorrow at 10 o'clock, what do? You don't rock the boat. You do it no matter what. Yeah. You move hell or high water. If they're charging you, you pay before anything. Now, when you talk to your guardian ad litem, they can, in Utah, it's just another attorney. Yeah. It's not a witness. You don't get a question where the information they're sharing came from. If it was evidenced, if there's proof, they get to speak as an attorney. They can say anything they want, and they will, and they do. But let's just say it's a good person on the right track and trying to do good in the world. And you start leaning a certain way and noticing more referrals coming your way, and your practice is getting easier and more simple, and you can choose cases now and work when you want to work, and more referrals keep coming your way because you're saying certain things a certain way, and now you have a booming practice that's you call your own and on your own time, and you tell the judge when you want to do things.
Slowly over
you
time,
tell the parents where they want to do things.
You decay in your honesty.
Follow the freaking money.
Yeah.
And maybe there's a few that I haven't met that are okay. I don't know. I actually say that all the time. I only know the bad guys. If people ask me like, who do I use? I really only know the bad guys because I'm always having defense against them.
Yeah, she's like, I'll tell you who not to use.
And I have some really cool attorneys, and we're doing some really cool things, which I'm not going to tell because I've had these abuser support people use my materials in the past. Yeah. And it really hurts.
I don't know if you knew. Okay, so first of all, if you are unaware, a guardian ad litem is basically an attorney appointed to the children.
It's a little bit different. So there's two things. Is it not that? Yes, it is. It can be an attorney. It doesn't have to be an attorney. Actually, I don't know. You talk
like law. I could be a gal?
I actually can't give legal advice. So I don't know. A gal, there are gals that are mental health therapists. There are gals that aren't any. There's gals that are attorneys. I think it depends on your jurisdiction, honestly. I don't know. I'm not supposed to know. So I've seen different options there. I don't even know what I was telling you now.
I know, right? Like, we lose our train of thought.
Don't say that. Anyway.
But yeah, so when we're saying gal, it's referring to a guardian ad litem.
Oh, there's minors counsel. Here's this is I just looked this up. This is not legal advice. Anything I'm saying, not mental health advice, not legal advice. I'm talking about what I've watched happen. There's minors counsel. This attorney pleads the case of the minor. What does the minor want? What is the minor saying? What is the minor asking for? Just like your attorney does for you.
And right? That's different than a guardian ad litem?
What's a guardian ad litem? A guardian ad litem assesses the situation and decides what's best for the well-being of a child. They're not mental health professionals most of the time in Utah. I don't think I've seen one. So this lawyer that went to law school is deciding what? A child's best interest. 100%. That's right.
Well, when you put it that way, that's quite logical.
Will someone in Utah start a nonprofit? We have one in Washington that has youth representation free. That's what we need.
I still don't get what the difference is between minors counsel and
minors counsel. Is one better than the other? Case for your kid. Talks to your kid. What do you want? Yeah, guardian ad litem. They hear what. Oh, you've been brainwashed by your mom. Okay, that's not good for you. I'm going to. So a minors counsel is what you would prefer. Minors counsel is going to speak for the kid. Can the kid have been turned already? Yeah. But they're supposed to say, "This is what my client's asking for." I mean, supposed to.
So our guardian ad litem, I overheard saying, if I had a magic wand, what would you want?
That's nice.
Yeah, and they told him, but then that's not what he said in court.
How many times? If I had a nickel for every time I've heard that.
Yeah, no kidding.
So how do you stop that?
You tell us.
I have a new strategy that I've been doing lately that's really working.
So we had to call you.
Be very careful what you tell a guardian ad litem.
Yes. They're not your friend.
Especially if the guardian ad litem is in Utah and is basically another attorney on the case. Just be very careful. In fact, I might say consider them the enemy and speak over your attorney there.
100%.
If they're going to do the right thing and say what you said anyway, it won't matter if you have a witness. And it should probably only bother them if they were planning on not saying what you said. But in Utah, you can record people too.
That's right.
It is a one-party state. I do know that.
I know that also.
Let's just say, even if it's guardian ad litem, whatever it is, any profession, you're going to find some slime balls that are making a lot of money.
I just
and
think
they may not start that way.
It's almost normal for all of us in family court. We're like constantly recording because you're like watching your back every second of the day, every moment. You're like,
okay,
no, that's not what was said. I'm recording just so that you can prove like, no, I swear this is what happened because you've been so, gaslit and they're lying and they're saying this is what you did.
You present that way to the guardian ad litem, you look a little crazy.
Yes, because we lose our minds.
Or how about strapping GoPros? Or didn't I send one of your friends
You did.
Did you wear it?
I tried it on. I sure did.
A harness that you put your phone on when you go pick up the kids. I'm like, hey, I found this thing on Amazon. Send this to your friend. I'm sending it to you. Give it to your friend. So then you're like recording as you're like moving.
It's like what the cops wear.
Yeah, dash cam.
I mean, here's the thing. I'm not like some magic person. I don't have a magic wand. But I'm going to keep trying new things until something sticks or something works. I mean, I'm going to base that decision on what I've seen happen before. And I think I've said this recently. I get my best strategy from these smart abusers.
That makes sense.
I'm like, wow, if that worked and they're lying, I wonder if that would work when you're telling the truth.
I will say for anyone that does need to record something, if you put your phone on voice memo, and you push record, you can push your phone off and it will still record. So your screen can be totally black, but it's still recording. Okay. I've done it. Dana will tell you if your attorney is pressuring you and pushing you to settle because that's what they're supposed to do. And she will say, no, don't do it.
You're going to make attorneys hate my guts.
No.
They're already sketched about it. So I'm not giving legal advice. I work with your attorney, and in their defense, they are taught this, and they're right 98% of the time.
Yeah. And you do. You defend them, but you'll also, at the end of the day, you're the advocate for the abused.
Okay,
and say,
can I have my platform?
Yes.
Here's my pedestal, okay?
Do it.
I'm ready.
Ready? Praise Jesus. Here we go. Okay. Sometimes there is not enough therapy in the world. There's not enough time to go to enough therapy in the world to make up for the healing that happens when you tell the truth on the stand, no matter what that costs. I've got a case right now in a different state where the attorney's like, I can't tell this person it's their best interest to go to trial. It doesn't make sense. And I had to say, listen, these are young kids. This is a life. What if those orders go against her? She can lay her head on her pillow at night.
Yes.
Knowing that she stood up for herself. It might have cost her $15,000 extra.
Yep.
And I told her that. You could probably work this out this way. Or you can pay the $15,000, $20,000, whatever, and go to trial. It's just money, I guess. It's an extra year of working on your life. And I understand. So getting the attorney to see, like, this is their healing process. That's really expensive healing. And you don't know what a judge is going to do. But there's something to say for speaking out loud what has happened to you.
It's so true. I remember sitting in there talking because Wes and Steve, just like they're supposed to, were encouraging me, pressuring me to settle. Well, why don't you just do this? Why don't you just settle if we know, if we know how it's going to go, why don't you just settle? And I just said, look, I need to do this for my own sanity. I need to take it all the way after 3 years of litigation and work and evidentiary binders, which Dana also teaches you how to do, and putting all this a master's program. I could have been a freaking lawyer in the amount of time that that I've done this. I was like, I'm taking this all the way, and I don't want to look back and say, well, what would have happened if I went to trial? If I settle now because I'm afraid of the risk of going to trial, I am the kind of person that will always wonder, well, what would have happened if I had gone? And I did not want to live with that. I did not want to live with the fact that I knew there was a little baby girl up in heaven after 7 kids and stopped right there. I don't want that regret. I wanted to push all the way and get as far as I did. And I'm glad that I did, because it's an expensive way of healing. And then you have people say, oh my gosh, but that's so much money. Why don't you just settle? It's just so expensive. And if you're in this position and you are trapped in family court, you find yourself saying, I don't care. I don't care. I will do what it takes to protect and to speak the truth and be able to at least because there's healing in speaking out loud, especially when all these women are silenced.
Maybe to play devil's advocate a little bit here.
Okay, let's go.
Just a little bit.
I'm used to it. I know Julie.
Well, I'm thinking about, like, I think we're all kind of cut from the same cloth. We're all fairly like independent thinkers and just in general independent women, and like we'll push hard and all that stuff. But I have gotten text messages from Julie that like make my blood boil, or that like give me anxiety or whatever. And if
do you see my phone? Do you see what's happening? Here we've got
you're blowing up with
court professionals and cases tomorrow.
It's what I'm trying to say is, for some people like Julie, I think the fight is healing. I think talking about it is healing, but there is a huge process that you have to be able to withstand to get to that point. Yeah. There are lots of people who, when you get to the end, will have endured more trauma than it was worth. Like,
there's not an end, Carly.
Well, and there you go.
Did it end when you went to
there
trial?
You go.
No. Did you choose to have this trauma in your life?
No.
Did you choose to divorce? Did you choose?
No.
Did you choose to have to show up to court?
No.
Did you choose if your kids could go or be traumatized or suicidal or devastated?
No, it never ends.
No. And did you choose to have to fight to not pay him $1,000 a month?
Yeah, no.
No, you didn't choose that. Do you choose for it to keep going appeal after appeal or stays and still have $188? Was it? Like, no. So it's not a choice for her to stand up for herself. The speaking at it, the standing up for it, that choice was made for her.
Yeah. Well, but she could, I would again push back, because you could have settled in mediation for crap.
No, but you think that'd be different, but it wouldn't have worked. It wouldn't have changed.
Well, anything. maybe his behavior would have been the same and all of that, but
100%. I hate that I have to say this, and it's actually true. 100% of the time, 100% of my clients that have mediated or settled outside of court, 100% of the time are still devastated years later.
Like, do they go back to court? What do you mean?
Always,
devastated
anyway.
by what?
Devastated that they made this.
That they
felt like it.
That they mediated. They didn't go to trial.
I mean, there's a couple different ways, but yes, that they're like, I can't believe I did that. I was not in my right mind. It's an abuse scenario. You have these people there browbeating. You need to do this. You don't know yet, and you're by yourself.
You can't get this in
trial.
trial.
Anyone
You
with
won't
you.
get this in trial.
How do you know?
Yeah. And Julie,
and if it's true, okay. I actually had my attorney say to me, what are you going to do? What are you going to do when this doesn't turn out the way you want? Because I don't think it's going to go the way you think it's going to go, Dana. And I said, well, at least I can live with myself.
Right. Yep.
Where'd that come from? I don't know. No one told me that. But okay, if either I didn't tell my story good enough, maybe I wasn't abused, maybe my children weren't abused, maybe this is a safe person and I'm just wrong, or I just present that. Okay, I can live with that.
Yeah. I went all the way.
You did what you had to.
And I don't know what all the way is. You say all the way. There is no all the way.
You're right, because here you are. We're all still in it.
You can go all the way. I mean, I wouldn't have expected him to appeal. Everyone said that, but why? What are you even fighting over anymore? I don't know. To not pay you, that's not an option. That's actually not legal. You can't even like negotiate away child support, as far as I know.
Yeah.
You can't.
That never goes away.
So it's a
maybe
hard and fast rule.
Maybe in the 98% of cases, it might be a choice to settle.
Totally.
To settle. But the 2%,
not to settle, but to be done.
To mediate, to choose. I mean, because there's been points where Julie could have chosen to just be okay with what the ruling was and just walk away from the court side of it. It doesn't mean that it would
I
change
can
his
tell
behavior.
you haven't done this before. That's what I can tell. Because that's so funny, because I tell you, everyone in my life, if that was an option to settle for crap and have it be done, we would all be done and walk away.
Well, I'm talking about like her. I don't think what's happened to you is normal with the judge retiring.
100% normal.
Really?
100% normal.
To have a judge retire and then the attorneys
If it's not a
back.
judge retire, they rotate off the case. You get a new, they're out of family court. You have a new judge in family court every little.
Really?
Depends on the jurisdiction, but oh yeah. To be
So
seen
they're
in front of
just
tons of different
waiting.
random commissioners and then go to a judge. Oh yeah.
So they'll just strategize.
This
and do
is
that.
like so basic. Sorry, you're not basic. You're. This is
See, I
basic.
thought the retiring thing was like, oh well, that was,
No.
convenient for them.
I'm
But
not
no.
gonna lie. Like, I've used strategies like that before. I'll do anything
Yeah.
to protect kids.
Yeah.
So
But-
it's both sides that strategize a change of judge
It's
like
the
that.
game.
It's a game. But when I finally clicked, this is not what I want to be doing with my life. I'm sick that this is what I'm doing with my life. You know why? If I'm busy, do you know what that means?
A lot of people are miserable.
Mm-hmm.
People are getting hurt.
Yeah.
So, I mean, no one wants to be here.
Right. It's like jail.
It's like jail. And if you could make it go away, you would make it go away. And then how great is it the abuser gets you in this situation? And then everyone around you is like, you need to move on.
Oh yeah.
You're stuck.
You're
All you
still
do
in
is
it.
talk about this. Like, okay, guess what? That choice was made for us. When was that choice made for us? We committed to this relationship. So we live with that. But we can leave. Our kids can't. So we're
Yeah.
always somewhat in it. No matter what, if your kids have constant contact with their dad, if they have no contact with their dad, you will always have something in it, no matter what. I mean, that's not a bad thing. A lot of people get divorced and they are fine being in it, and maybe they don't like each other, but they do fine. That's
But they
not what
don't
we're
have to be
talking
in
about.
court. I think the confusing part is
The
choosing.
only people in court are these 2%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think continuing to choose.
Well, using court is a playground.
Yeah.
It is a game. I know what I was going to say is I was a business consultant. I love my work. I was good at it and it was fun and everybody was happy. Then I had to pull back because I wasn't in a safe place, and I couldn't let people know where I was at what time and where, and the reps and all. It wasn't safe. So I'm like, what am I going to do? I mean, I didn't mean to start doing that, but I thought, let's protect these professionals. It's a different field. Let's protect these. It's just a business. But when it clicked for me that the game is a business, and I could remove I'm angry still, I'm emotional about it still, but I could remove that and go, let's see, this is a chess game. They're moving there. Okay, attorneys do this. Mm-hmm. And then they do that. And I go, have you gotten a neuropsych evaluation? Have you gotten your kids into therapy yet? What sports do you want them to play? Quick, before you have to share decision making. Like, it's a game. It's a business that nobody wins except the abuser wins because it's fun for them. They don't see any other way of living for some reason. I don't know why. Go watch Dr. Ramani's podcast.
So the only way to get out is for kids to age out at 18.
No, my kids are aged out 20 and up. I talked to my attorney today. You don't get out.
How? Why? Like, legally, how? Like, what legal hold does he still have?
Here, let me just reframe. You have a misconception that somehow we have a say in it finishing. There's two people involved here.
But I mean, like, what's left to fight over? I don't understand what do they have?
Because you're normal.
Yeah.
And we're saying the same thing. Why are we fighting?
You have to teach us how to think like.
But why are we fighting? It doesn't matter if you don't want to fight.
Right.
Okay, I have a mom that doesn't fight. She's lost her kids. One is killed. One is full time with their dad. She told the judge, I will not allow you to ruin my life anymore. I will never show up to another court hearing in front of you.
Took her kids away.
Had a stroke. Can't work. I mean, it's bad.
But I'm trying to figure out how to think like.
You can't think like that because you're not psycho.
How do you anticipate the next move? Like, if this is chess, how do you anticipate the next move? Like, why? Because I've always thought that once the kids are gone, there's nothing like if you've split your assets and the kids are gone, like what's left?
True. A divorce is a business transaction, right? Told you that. Divide your money and debt.
Yeah.
Divide the kids.
Right.
Transaction done. Follow the rules.
Yeah.
If you care about rules.
Right. Nobody does.
if you play by rules,
even if you don't, somebody has to enforce them, and who enforces them? Yeah.
So again, you will always have kids together. There will be events.
Weddings,
there will be
missions.
Yeah, court can't order any
grandkids.
Permissions. Always have blessings and baptisms, and you'll always have. There's post-secondary support. So, do you go and get post-secondary support for college for these kids? And are there adult-dependent children that will always need support? You see them fight so hard to not. Yeah, if you try to get your kid diagnosed, or they're diagnosed, I mean, you will see claws come out. They don't want that diagnosis.
I've got my neighbor who is divorced and now has grandkids, and she still deals with him. And I was like, you got to get like a restraining order against this guy. And she's like, but if I do, I can't see my grandkids get baptized, right? Or I can't be. Is it not? No. She's afraid that she won't be able to.
If she gets the restraining order, he can't go to the baptisms. He can't go to the baby blessings. But she's so convinced that he's won every time that she is groomed and conditioned to do nothing. Nothing's better than.
Yeah.
And she might be right.
And then but if he shows up, does anything?
You have to call the police right then. Yeah. None of us do. We're so traumatized. They say, well, you weren't scared if you didn't call the police.
Yeah,
you call the police when the neighbor scares you. Why wouldn't you call the police when the person you're married to scares you? Because we're conditioned not to.
Exactly. I'm going to read like 4 more, and then we'll end this one and talk a little bit more in the next podcast. But she helps you find resources to stay afloat when you have nothing left, both financially and emotionally. She's quick and efficient, and it allows her to beat anyone else to it. Like, she will beat you to the punch almost all of the time. She is gifted in the protection of women and children. I said she was a modern day Harriet Tubman, a modern day suffragette. She explains the lasting effects of post-separation abuse. That's one thing I'll never forget is when I was like, yeah, but then when it's done, it's done. I was saying what Carly was, because we just don't know unless we're in it. And she's like, no, then you have something called post-separation abuse. And my jaw dropped because I was like, wait, excuse me? Like this continues?
I mean, I learned that from Tina Swithin, right? I got the abuse wheel when I went to
Power and Control.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I went to the local agency that helps you. And I was like, what? And they said circle. And I'm like, the whole thing circle, does that mean I'm abused? I mean, what? I was shocked. I couldn't even believe I was sitting there. But then I see this person online, Tina Smith, and just this post-separation wheel. And I'm like, huh? There's more?
Yeah.
What is this?
Yeah.
And it's pieced out just like the wheel's been redone a couple times because
I feel like I feel like it's a tornado, right? Because I love tornadoes and I can make tons of metaphors with it. But you've got like the front wind, then you're in the eye of the storm when everything's kind of calm for a minute, and then the backdraft of the tornado hits you, and that's like post-separation abuse. It's like stronger, more intense, kills you, throws you around when it's almost worse than the initial abuse, if that makes sense.
I would say that actually is true.
Yeah, it's like worse.
Tell me that post-separation abuse is worse than they ever experienced in their marriage. How many times did I say to my bishop, I'm telling everyone to stay? He's like, don't do that. I'm like, I'm telling everyone to stay. I cannot believe this torture. This is the worst I cannot believe my ward is going to testify against me. Like, those are my best friends back in the day. Like, this is weird. But here's the punchline. I fell for him.
Yeah.
I married him.
So did they. They fell for him.
I had children with him. I stayed. How am I going to blame anyone?
That's exactly what our podcast was last week. I did this. I deserve it. It's my own fault. I know, but like,
no.
But she feels like it though. She feels like she deserves it. Like, no, you don't. You're gaslighting yourself.
Deserve what?
The ramifications of her choices. She chose to marry him, therefore she deseres to.
I guess it's because like I was warned.
What?
You know? I don't feel like that now.
No.
But there's parts of me where I'm like,
Julie, he's got agency.
Yeah.
Every day.
Hey, I tell her the same thing.
Yeah, you both do.
So is it your fault for someone else's choices? I mean, you're pretty powerful, but you're not in charge of someone else's choices.
No. Just sometimes, like in those low moments, you say to yourself, well, this is what I get for the choices that I
when
made.
kids are abused, that's what they say.
Oh.
They didn't know it was wrong. They thought it's what they deserved. They thought they were just bad.
And I think that's one thing I want to talk about in the next podcast is how do women know if they're being abused? Because I had someone reach out to me today that said, I need help finding resources for a husband that's an addict that is lying to us and taking all the money. And I said, well, is there domestic like violence involved? She's like, no, there's no violence. He's just lying, cheating, and taking all the money and is addicted to whatever he was addicted to. And I was like, well, that's domestic violence.
So we call it domestic abuse is probably
yes,
a better term.
abuse
I'll go
is
change
better.
my website and take
that's
the
right.
TV thing off. And
because all we think of is getting hit in the face. Okay, I'm almost done. She is well versed in narcissism. I don't know how you say this. Sociopathy.
I learned that from Dr. Romney podcast.
Yes, psychopathy, mental illness, deceit, fraud, and she can sniff out hidden assets and money. She saves you money by advocating with your lawyer, and her rate is lower. She's honest and forthright in every conversation. She understands the LDS perspective and manipulation in the church sometimes, and encircles you. She did this for me. Encircles you in an imaginary bubble to shield you from pain and deceit when you're just like trapped in your own mind. So we are about almost an hour and 15 minutes into this. I know.
Are you serious? Don't invite me again.
So
this is good. They like it. Long.
Yeah, we're gonna end this, and we'll. You guys did not. You did not hear that. We are gonna end this right now because these girls, my ears are burning. We are done.
I'll stay up this late.
We'll see you next time.